Yo, what's up you guys, Loco here. I have another Loco recap for you, and this one's a special one. It is an LEC VOD. It is G2 versus Misfits. So up until this point, G2 hadn't lost a single game in LEC, but no one was really thinking that they would go 18-0 because they play so fast and loose in most of their games, and a lot of times they are trolling, but no one thought it would be a loss to Misfits. Now, coincidentally, I was talking to a Misfits staff member before the season started, and he was telling me how this season, it's a completely different feeling because last year they had all these star players, there were a lot of expectations and there's a lot of pressure. And this year they have a lot of rookies and the only really old player they have is Febiman. So it was very freeing to play with this roster and to have this roster. But funnily enough, this roster is actually doing a lot better than the 2019 one. So yeah, you just never know what you're going to get sometimes. Anyways, Febiman, the old player I was talking about, is actually making a really strong resurgence. But in this game, it's the other four players that really stepped up, especially Razork. This guy was a monster on Echo. So without further ado, let's get to the draft portion of the recap. So there's one thing I want to talk about before we actually get into the draft portion. Drafting in Europe and drafting in North America are completely different. European teams have stronger mechanical players. A lot of them are way more coordinated. So picks like Ornn that require a lot of scaling and that aren't the greatest in early game actually have a lot less value in Europe. So yeah, if this was a North American team drafting, the first thing I would probably criticize is why aren't you guys first picking Ornn? But do note, both regions play very differently. Honestly, Europe is just better. So they will draft way more towards early game execution, especially teams like G2. Let's start by talking about the Affiliates first pick. Still an incredibly strong champion, whether it be LEC or LCS, but I do talk about it all the time. You can play things like Xayah Rakan into it, especially the Rakan is so dangerous because Affiliates is incredibly squishy, and when he gets knocked up by Rakan, he usually gets one-shotted. The Gragas Yasuo, this is a Perkz Jankos G2 special. I think Perkz is actually one of the best Yasuo players in the world, along with Caps, funnily enough. So yeah, nice to see it for G2. So the pick that really stands out here is obviously the Sona. This is going to be a Sona top. And there isn't a lot of Sona top played competitively, so I didn't know much about the pick. And when I asked around in NA, people didn't really know either. So I had to ask my good friend Veteran from Europe, and he actually gave me a good rundown on what this champion is supposed to do. So top lane Sona buys the support item, and she actually doesn't get to farm that much. She usually wants to take about 2 CS per wave to make sure she's not breaking the cap on the support item. What that item has is this kind of limiter in terms of how much CS you get. If you get way too much CS, you actually stop generating gold passively, which is really bad. You want to be able to generate that gold. And her playstyle is actually very roam heavy. So around level 5, you're going to have 1000 gold, and you want to back for Kerche's Shard. So those of you guys that don't know what Kerche's Shard is, I honestly didn't know either. It's the item that leads up to Rapid Fire Cannon in the static ship. It's the mini Jolt item that gives you energized attack as you move around a lot. So anyways, you're supposed to buy that item and boost and just keep roaming and forcing skirmishes around the map. And yeah, it's a really, really unique and a different playstyle. And honestly, just not that great and competitive. G2 was kind of trolling by picking it here. So let's talk about rest of the comp for Misfits. They have a pretty standard comp. A tanky top laner, a good bottom duo, control mage mid lane, plus the Echo. The Echo is a little special though. And Razork is supposed to be an incredibly good Echo in solo queue. So yeah, this guy's going to put on a show. I don't think Echo jungle is that easy to play. The landing of the W is incredibly hard, and when you don't get ahead on that champion, you actually become really, really useless because being able to be tanky and being able to have somewhat of a kill threat is very important for the Echo. So yeah, Misfits with standard teamfighting comp with a little bit of spice added in from Echo, where G2 actually has a very G2's comp. It's very skirmish heavy. You want to play a lot of separate areas of the map. You can teamfight, but usually not the best in teamfight. And yeah, the Sona's just there being a Sona, G2 being G2, I guess. So without further ado, let's get started with the gameplay. The very first play I have for you is on the bot side of the map. We're going to see Misfits bot lane duo go aggressive on Caps, able to land a really nice knockup, chunk him down pretty low. And because they also have their jungler on the side of the map that they are on, they're actually able to threaten the dive. Let's see how this goes. They're pushing in the wave. The wave pretty much isn't big enough to really force the dive. It's only 4 CS. And you can see Jankos has recalled from top side, and he knows he has to be on the bottom side of the map to prevent this dive. Mickey X places a ward down, he knows where Razork is, he's not able to do the double golems as freely. Yep, he's actually not able to get any of them. And this is the cannon minion wave, so this is where Misfits is going to look for the dive. I think dives like this are really dangerous when the enemy bot laner still has flash, Caps actually gets knocked up, but flashes afterwards. Misfits tries to follow, but they aren't able to finish him off cleanly. And yeah, G2 was able to buy a lot of time, kill the Xayah in return, and Razork and Danique are going to be in a lot of trouble. Razork realizes he can't escape because he doesn't have his flash. Wait, he had his flash, he should have just gotten out. And Danique kind of trolling. So yeah, that was actually really troll from Razork towards the end. I'm pretty sure he could have lived if he eat over the wall and flashed towards the dragon side. And Danique did need to die also. So Misfits kind of overplaying that dive and giving up free kills for no reason. So the Sona pick actually shares a lot of weakness with the Soraka top pick. But the difference is, Soraka at least has a silence to defend herself as she's getting dove and as she's getting ganked. But the Sona doesn't have anything until level 6 where she gets her ultimate. And she really doesn't want to be in lane. She wants to be roaming around and actually creating skirmishes. So yeah, really bad for Wonder right there. So Caps ends up getting greedy here and he oversteps and Danique's able to land a knockup. And B-Boy following up perfectly with the Xayah combo. These kind of deaths are really bad and it can mess with your team's tempo. So yeah. Not sure what you're doing there, Caps. So this one's really tricky for Misfits. You see the Rakan going in when he's level 5 and Mickey X is level 6, so it looks really troll. But it was a bait all along and they had the Echo coming in from the back. So G2 overcommits and yeah, Misfits able to pick up another kill on Caps. And also this is right before his flash is about to come up. I would imagine like a minute or 50-second left on it, so really good timing on that too. Remember what I said about Sona being incredibly easy to gank and kill in lane? You're going to get to see it here. Set leading with Flash E, and then ulting with the Echo W combo. Man, she just had no shot at surviving there, but yeah, that's just how Sona top lane works if you're caught in lane. Now it looks like G2 opening on the Xayah. Ooh, beautiful combo by Jankos, but B-Boy reacted really well there, and Danique did a great job of disengaging for him by knocking up the Yasuo. Now the play here is G2's bot lane not really respecting Febibin's Azir. I mean, this was the one champ you could play in NA, dude. Gotta give him that respect. But yeah, Caps is a Azir player and he also had his flash up there, so I'm actually really shocked that he died and he just sat there autoing turret when he saw the Azir approaching. Really silly on his end. So you have Razork here playing for G2's red, Danique coming in to help, but B-Boy actually moving into river and gonna leave himself vulnerable. Ooh, doesn't have the ult. The Gragas Yasuo combo coming in, and Danique able to help disengage, and that's a fat kill on Gragas. And Caps finishing off B-Boy with his Infernum ult. Rest of Misfits stuck in a bad spot. The Sona coming in with the teleport ult. She's helping, I guess. Has to flash out. Azir coming in with QE, but he realizes not in a good spot, has to flash out. With Braum tag, gets stunned in return. Mickey X following up with the ult. And Sed actually going to be not dying for free. And Caps giving up a free kill. What are you doing, my dude? But still, really good for G2. They got 4 kills for just Caps. The gold is in a pretty decent spot for G2 in terms of where it's going. Most of the gold has gone to Yasuo. He has 3 kills and 2 assists. Gragas also 3 kills and 3 assists. Gragas is actually a champion you want gold kind of funneled on because he builds full AP. It is just a little bit awkward that Caps is 0-6 and that he doesn't even have his first core item done. Here you're going to get to see the power of Echo, and I think Echo's especially strong in dives because he's able to set up before and commit to it when he knows it's guaranteed, landing that stun on Caps, followed up by the Rakan, and the Echo can just easily ult out after tanking turret. Very nicely done from Razork and Danique. I think Misfits are doing the right things here, pushing mid lane and ignoring Perch split pushing bottom. It just takes too much time to try to cover that. Ooh, able to burn Mickey X's flash, and they're going to be able to get this turret very easily. And now they're either going to look for a rotation top or going to cover bottom. Looks like they're looking for the rotation top while Sed is going. Remember what we talked about regarding Sona and how squishy she is? The blue smite and Echo just going in. It doesn't matter if Sona landed ult. Just, yeah, I guess insta-bursted. I think G2 normally has like maybe one person playing bad, but Wonder, I don't even think it's just playing terribly. It's just he's on a champion that isn't really competitively viable, and Caps is trolling. So there's actually two people kind of trolling, and it's more of a 3v5. So Misfits playing all three lanes, Fed in top. Azir actually great at 1v2. He's such a good champion for clearing creeps. But G2 gonna close in on Dan. Wonder coming in with the Sona slow. Has to flash out of the Yasuo Nado. Yanko's coming in with Predator. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna live here, Dan. Yanko's leading with Gragas ult into Yasuo ult into E. Oh my goodness. He was able to get his ult off at least, but the Fett wasn't able to use his W, so he's gonna die before getting his Grit Shield. But during that whole time, Misfits able to survive in mid lane for the 1v2, and the bot lane duo actually able to push up all the way, so not that bad for them actually. And we're gonna see Caps and Razork dueling it with the help of Braum. Ooh, the Rakan comes in. Razork finishing it off with his E. Yeah, Caps is just really too weak. Normally, as a jungler, if you checked into a Braum and a Aphelios, and the Aphelios has Severum, you're gonna die, but happening the other way around due to Echo being fed and the Aphelios being something like 0.7 at this point. Oh my god, he's 0.8. Yikes. So Misfits is significantly stronger than G2 now, and they're gonna be clearing out the Baron area, and they wanna start baiting it. B-Boy here knows there's danger. Look at his movement. He's like stutter stepping a little bit. Beautiful ult. And then flash afterwards to dodge the Gragas. Man, if he got opened up there by a knockup, then he would just get insta-get by the Gragas Yasuo combo. He just played that situation so well. Congrats to him. I mean, that isn't pure reaction. That was definitely a lot of suspicion going on B-Boy's end. He knew there was something dangerous in any of these brushes, and just brilliant reaction. I thought the ult was good, but the flash follow-up to dodge the E was just mwah. Ooh, let's see it again. Suspicious. Gragas ult! Dodge it with ult. Gragas coming in with E, dodge it with flash. Woof! And yeah, this is going to be free Baron for Misfits. Oh. Here we have Misfits setting up a dive on bot side, but the wave isn't completely synced with mid lane, so it's actually going to be a 4v5 dive. And it is a Braum, it is a Sona, it is a Aphelios and a Yasuo, and they have a lot of tools to defend against it. If they're going to be able to get Baron and take an inhibitor off of G2, they have to be crispy clean about it. And yeah, they actually failed the dive, and they're not going to be able to get much right here. So here we have Perkz and Yanko splitting on top side of the map. Yanko's try to stay out of vision, but Misfits had wars in their jungle, and they're actually going to be able to catch out G2. Going on Gragas. Ooh, they both went on Echo, but yeah, the Echo's just not going to get one shot. He ults out after he gets comboed by the Gragas and the Yasuo, and Misfits able to pick up both of them pretty freely. Now this is where they're going to be able to get mid in it. So with the second Baron spawning, and if you take a look at G2's comp, there aren't real true tanks, and even the Braum didn't go the Gargoyle Stoneplate build, so yeah, they actually don't have anyone that's really tanky and can be a frontline and check into these dark spots. So Misfits is going to be able to get the Baron for free, and yeah, let's see what they do with it. Looks like they're going to do a 3-1-1 split. 3 people top side, Echo mid, Set on bot side. Set actually able to get inhibitor by himself. Echo keeping mid lane pushed in, and he can threaten a dive on the top side. He can threaten a dive on the bot side. Really nice position to be as the Echo. Rakan leading with R/W on Caps, gonna be insta-give. And yeah, that's gonna be how the cookie crumbles. Really nicely done from Misfits. This Razork guy was actually a monster on Echo, and the bot lane also. Have to give a lot of credit to B-Boy and Danique. There was a lot of situations where a worse Xayah I actually think would have gotten insta-give and not been able to use ult. And yeah, this B-Boy guy actually perfect timing with so many of his ults. That was so crucial in terms of being able to turn a lot of the fights where the Gragas and Yasuo were trying to open on him. Props. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Loco recap. Always a pleasure to review LEC games. It is just a different league. The champions they play are different, the speed of the games are different, and I actually get to take away a lot and not just be stuck watching NA. Not that I don't love NA. It is by far the most entertaining league for me. I love the casters, I love the players, but yeah, let me know what you thought about the recap. I'll definitely reply to all your comments. And one last thing, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye!